We live in such an unusual time as it relates to photography. You know, we're in a time where everyone is a photographer. There's really no barrier to entry into professional photography. And as much as I love the fact that it opens the door to so many, it also allows for some compromises that we just can't allow, I think, in this industry to create amazing portraits. One of the things I like to say is that the qualities that make a beautiful portrait, they don't come as features on your digital camera. And this is why, in some ways, I feel like I'm always running backwards. In other words, I want to incorporate the technology and the tools, which are amazing, by the way. My father, who started our business, just dreamed of things like this. I actually don't even think he could have dreamed it up, and it's wonderful. But what happens in that is sometimes technology can be a hindrance to aesthetics, to quality. And so the qualities that make a beautiful portrait, those aren't on your phone, and those aren't on your digital cameras. I don't care what you pay for them. What are those things? They're things like lighting. Lighting creates shape and texture and form. It brings a reality and a tactile feel to an art piece when it's lit properly. Pose. People think, well, I don't like pose photographs. Well, I don't like poorly posed photographs. And I think what we have to understand is that posing was never designed to make you feel posed. It was designed to flatter someone. But I think where posing really kicks into being effective is when, as an artist, and here at Walden's, is we understand that posing is designed to flatter. And so as we create, when things don't fit or they don't work for somebody, we adjust them. I love to say I'm more interested in my ability to see than my ability to create. So as I see how someone fits in a pose, it's like, yes, there it is. Or if they don't, we adjust it. And somehow in a session, I can look and go, there it is. That's what I'm looking for. And it can happen with somebody I've possibly never even met. They're in that camera room and I'm like, yes, I can see it. You know, you become an observer of people. So light, texture, shape, and form, pose, flattery, and beauty, all of those types of things. And then design, composition, things that have the foundations that were laid for us by amazing artists of the past. Many Renaissance painters and artists that have given us an understanding of like how to design a portrait, so how to compose it, how to build something like where like it's a beautiful S shape or a circular composition, or a pyramid, because that feels strong to the viewer, and it could be in the pose and the props and just subtle things that are done that are not obvious when you look at the image, but there's something about it that draws you to that particular photograph. You're like, that feels good. So we've got light, pose, and composition or design. And then, you know, that third thing, which I think is where the true magic is, and that is story. Is finding the story in that. And those are in nuances and subtleties. It can be just knowing when to push the button. It's in the eyes, or it's in looking away and looking back. And you see magic. You begin to see like to the very soul and depth of a person. And that's the part that you can't teach, you have to experience. And you have to look for it as an artist. So as a portrait photographer, I watch for it. I learn about our clients before they show up. I learn about their personalities. It seems insignificant at times. Tell me about your son or your daughter. Tell me about your husband or your wife. The people that we're photographing. And then as I learn their personalities, I bring that into the camera room. It becomes a blank canvas. We close the door. We become vulnerable. Our clients become vulnerable. And we find the magic. That's when we push the button. And that is the exponential curve. That's what pushes it over the top. And so in some ways, and today, I feel, like I say, like I'm running backwards. I'm running forwards with the tools. All the things that I could do that we never could do in the past, but never at the compromise of the things, the features, the qualities that are not on your digital camera, but are needed for an amazing portrait.